What happens when a CEO's perfect image is shattered in 1 second? When a young intern does the unthinkable in front of the entire office? And when the truth behind it is something no one saw coming? The conference room was packed. Executives on one side, assistants near the door. Everyone sitting straight, laptops open, pretending not to be nervous. He walked in like he owned the air. Daniel Hart, the CEO. Cold reputation, sharp decisions, the kind of man people feared more than they admired. He stood at the front, speaking calmly about profits and expansion, his voice steady, controlled. Then the door opened again. A young intern stepped inside, holding a folder tight against her chest. She looked small compared to the room, but her eyes were focused. "Sorry I'm late," she said. The manager beside her whispered harshly, "Sit down, don't interrupt." She didn't. Instead, she walked straight toward the CEO. Murmurs spread instantly. What is she doing? Is she lost? Daniel paused mid-sentence, his jaw tightening. "Miss, this is not the time." She reached up and pulled his ear. Hard. The room froze. Someone dropped a pen. A few mouths fell open. The CFO scared like he had stopped breathing. Daniel's face flashed with shock, then anger. "Excuse me?" he snapped. The intern leaned closer, her voice low but sharp. "You didn't answer my calls," she said, "so I came to work." The CEO went still. That wasn't the voice of an employee. That was the voice of someone who knew him too well. He swallowed once. "Everyone out," he said quietly. No one moved. The intern turned slightly, looking around the room. "Don't worry," she said. "He's not firing me." She smiled. "He's married to me." Silence crashed down like thunder, and in that moment, the CEO realized his biggest secret had just walked into the office wearing an intern badge. No one spoke. No one even blinked properly. The room was full of people who had negotiated million-dollar deals, but right now they looked like children caught in a surprise storm. The CEO's face was unreadable. His ear was red. His pride was worse. "Married?" the CFO whispered, like the word didn't belong in the building. The intern, still holding the folder, turned back to Daniel. "You thought ignoring me would make the problem disappear," she said. Daniel's voice was low. "Not here," he warned. "Oh, here, because you made it here." A few executives shifted awkwardly, unsure if they should stand or vanish. The HR director looked like she might faint. Daniel finally forced a calm breath. "Everyone," he said again, sharper this time. "Out. Now." Chairs scraped. People rushed toward the door like it was on fire. No one wanted to be the last one in the room. When the door closed, silence returned, heavier than before. Daniel turned to her. "What are you doing?" he asked. She tilted her head. "I got tired of being your invisible wife." He frowned. "Invisible?" "You married me," she said, voice steady, "then hid me like a weakness. No one here knows. No one in your world knows. I'm just a shadow." Daniel's jaw tightened. "This company is complicated." "No," she said, "your ego is." He stepped closer. "You applied as an intern?" "Yes," she replied, "because it was the only way to get inside your life again." Daniel stared at her, disbelief mixing with something else. "You could have come to my office privately." "I did," she said. "You weren't there. You were always somewhere else. Meetings, dinners, interviews, always too busy for your own marriage." His eyes flickered. "This isn't fair." She smiled bitterly. "Fair is not being treated like a secret." Then she lifted the folder and placed it on the table between them. Daniel's gaze dropped. "What is that?" Her voice softened, just slightly. "It's the reason I'm here." Daniel opened the folder slowly, like he was afraid of what paper could do. His eyes scanned the first page, then the second. His face changed in a way she had never seen in public. "What is this?" he asked quietly. She crossed her arms. "Read it." He swallowed. "This is a resignation." "It's more than that," she said. "It's a choice." His voice sharpened. "You came here to quit?" "I came here to stop begging," she replied. Daniel looked up, anger rising. "So you humiliate me in front of my board and walk away?" She stepped closer. You humiliated me for 2 years, just quietly, behind closed doors, with your silence." He held up the paper. "You could have talked to me." "I tried," she said. "You answered emails faster than you answered me." Daniel's eyes flickered again, but this time it wasn't anger. It was fear. He flipped to the last page. His hand froze. A second document was clipped behind the resignation. He stared at it. "No," he whispered. She didn't speak. His voice cracked slightly. "You're pregnant?" Her face stayed calm, but her eyes were shining. 3 months, and you weren't there when I found out." The room felt suddenly smaller. Daniel sank into the chair like his body had lost its instructions. "Why didn't you tell me?" he asked. "I did," she replied. "You never picked up." He looked at her like he didn't recognize himself. "I didn't know." "That's the point," she said softly. "You built a world so loud that you couldn't hear your own life." Silence stretched. Then Daniel whispered, "Is that why you came?" She shook her head. "I came because I needed to know if I was raising this child with a husband or alone." Daniel's mouth opened, but no words came. For the first time, the CEO had no strategy, only regret. Daniel stood up slowly, like every movement mattered now. The CEO mask was gone. There was no boardroom voice, no sharp control, just a man staring at the woman he promised forever to. "I didn't mean to make you feel alone," he said. She nodded. "But you did." Outside the conference room, the office was pretending to work. No one was working. They were all listening through the silence, through the tension that had leaked into the hallway like smoke. Daniel looked at the resignation again. "Don't do this," he said. She took a breath. "I'm not doing it to punish you," she replied. "I'm doing it because I can't keep disappearing." He stepped closer. "Then don't disappear. Stay, but not as a secret." Her eyes searched his face. "Can you actually do that, or will you hide me the moment it gets uncomfortable?" Daniel hesitated. That hesitation was the answer she feared. Then he turned toward the door. He opened it. Every head snapped up. The CEO walked first. His wife followed. The office froze. Daniel's voice carried through the space, calm but clear. "Everyone," he said, "this is my wife." A stunned silence. "And she's not an intern," he continued. "She's the person I forgot to honor." People stood motionless. Some looked shocked. Some looked ashamed for ever believing he was untouchable. He glanced at her. "I can't undo what I ignored," he said, "but I can stop hiding you starting now." Tears filled her eyes, but she didn't let them fall. "One day doesn't fix 2 years," she whispered. "I know. So I'll do tomorrow and the day after that." She held his gaze for a long moment. Then, slowly, she tore the resignation paper in half. Not forgiveness. Not yet. Just a beginning. And for the first time in that building, Daniel Hart wasn't just a CEO. He was a husband trying to earn his way back.